One shallow stream right there. But we got a good couple liters anyway. That'll last us for tonight. Kilo Echo 8 Sierra Papa Sierra. CQ, CQ. Hey buddy, just pulling a radio check here. I'm out on my four-wheeler near a wildlife area, getting ready to camp for the night, and I just wanted to make sure I had good action with the repeater.
That's right, a little noisy, but not bad. The repeater's actually located on the hillside over top of Ray. Give you an idea where the fire thing is.
All right, buddy, well, I appreciate it. Like I said, I'm just trying to get a comm check real quick. I got some camp set up, things to do, so I appreciate you, man. Kilo Echo 8 Sierra Papa Sierra, standing by.
Yeah, Papa Sierra, WB8LDB, Mobile to Jackson.
Get this radio on charge for a little bit. The solar panel out. Late high sun here. We'll get plugged into her. We are charging. Boom. All right. Good. All right, so we'll get over here in the shade, get us some water. I've collected water now. We can disinfect that at camp. I got a filter that plugs into the front of that Lister bag, that 6-liter bag. We'll talk about that later on, but for now, we're just gonna stay in the shade here and relax and not do anything too strenuous. Okay, so first things first, we just pulled into an area we're going to camp tonight. You see, I parked this four-wheeler up against a tree. I did that because I got a downhill grade right here. And even though it's in park, I like to be sure. I don't like to be sorry. So parking against a tree like that just secures it ain't going anywhere. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick while we're going through, because you'll see me pulling stuff out of different places, so it's a good thing to talk about it now. I've got my canteen and my rifle wrapped up over the top of the console there, and that keeps them in place when I'm moving. We've got one camera mount on the front. We've got a tripod tucked in underneath here. And a lot of guys don't show you how they carry their camera gear, so I'm doing that. And that's underneath my backpack, which has everything in it I need that's not in the vehicle. And my little selfish chair there for camping. So I've got a 3-legged stool to sit on. And of course, I've got this lockbox up front, which we'll go through. It's got some mainstay stuff in it as well. And then you saw me pull out that Lister bag, which is over here on the other side with water in it. So we'll start getting set up and going through things. All right, so in the box, shovel and saw. That saw just got us out of a jam a little while ago. So I always have those two in there. Then I just got a couple items in here. I've got a food bag in here. Exactly the same food bag that I use for my bug out. So I've got meals that I can eat on the fly, quick without starting a campfire, and a stove to cook them on. I do keep a rechargeable lantern in here. It can be charged by USB, so it works with the solar panel. And it's got the cord stored in the bottom of it here. It's also got a clip on the bottom of it here where you can hang it if you want to, if you're not hanging it by the handle itself. And it is a brick as well to charge your phone if you need to. Not pimping this thing. I got it off Amazon. I don't even know if it's in my Amazon store, but it works good anyway. All right, so I've got those things in here. And then, get this straight. The other side's pretty simple. Some bug spray, waterproof matches. That lid came off of there. a shemagh, extra pair of gloves, poncho, ferro rod. A couple things to start fire, a couple things to make quick cover to get me out of elements, some work gloves, an extra shemagh. It's not really a major deal. Not a whole lot of stuff there, but it peripherally with the stuff that I already have in my backpack, it definitely rounds things out. So pretty quick, one of the first things you're going to want to do is we're going to want to disinfect this water that we've collected because we drank a lot on the trail and our canteen's about empty. So I just put a black utility line around this tree. The same utility lines I keep in my pocket all the time. Got a couple extra ones in my pack in the four-wheeler. And I'm just going to put a marlin spike hitch in that with a stick off the ground just to hang that lister bag off of. Now, here's the thing. Right down at the base of this tree, poison ivy everywhere. And no matter where you go in Ohio, especially around here, that's the case. It's just something you got to deal with. Okay, so I'm going to put this bag on this toggle real quick. And what I've got here amongst the poison ivy, which I'm going to stomp out of the way here. So I've got my canteen cup here, and I'm going to lift this bag up and unscrew the small screw on here, and I'm going to screw on a Sawyer water filter, just like that. And what that's going to do is that's going to create a drip filter. Just like that. It's going to fill up our canteen cup. And we'll just keep an eye on that. When that canteen cup gets full, we'll shut that dude off, put a cap on it, and we'll empty that into our canteen and start over. Okay. So while that's happening, we'll go ahead and get the mainstays out of here that we need for our camp. Take this radio off of here for the time being. And this Go Ruck Rucker works out really well for a day pack or an overnighter for sure. I've got my hammock tarp, my hammock, my Swagman Roll, and then peripheral items on the sides. I've got that charging brick, solar charging thing from Power Foam, a saw, and a Tyvek sheet. I mean, it's really, really simple. There's a tick right there on my stuff. Get out of here. Sorry, dog. So let's get this stuff in a tree. Looks like our canteen cup is just about full there. So what we'll do is we'll come over here and we'll put this bottle lid on there. Get this empty in our canteen and start over. All right, I keep my hammock system real simple. Head end, foot end. 2 different color carabiners. The head end, I open, and inside the head end, there is 1 snug pack pillow and a tree strap. Put this in our pocket, and we'll head for the tree. These tree straps are ultra simple. You got a large end like this. Get that thing up about head high, yank it through there, and you got a ladder basically of connections you can choose from on the other end. Hook your hammock to that and go. We're going to kind of center this up, so I'm going to go down a couple here so I can catch up on the other end to pull it tight. Now, once I've got this centered up where I want it, I'm going to come in here, number one, and just kind of step back and look and make sure that it is even between the trees as I can get it, if that's what I want. Then I'm going to come in and sit in the hammock. That's going to do a couple things. Number one, it's going to stretch things out. And number two, it's going to tell me whether the hammock is the right height. Remember, you never want to hang a hammock higher than you're willing to fall, but hanging a hammock too low can sometimes be a pain in the tail end too. I like to be fairly low to the ground, but I don't like to be so low that I have to roll out of it. I like to be able to kind of sit up in the hammock and have my feet relaxed. This is stretching out pretty good. Okay. Pretty close to what we want now, I think. Oh yeah, good. Yeah, it's real good. Yeah, it's nice. centered up in this dude. Yeah, man. Okay. All right, we're good there. This is what I like. Back up a little bit, jump out. All right, so trying to keep the kit as light as possible. The hammock's lightweight, straps are lightweight. Dyneema tarp, lightweight. But Dyneema is really, really strong material. It's just expensive. But building your kit slowly is what's important. Okay, this is basically on a snakeskin type system where I've got everything wrapped around, all the cordage is wrapped around the outside here. Once I undo that, get all the lines off, and it's going to be end to end, basically. Now you've got both your lines here, and you have a snakeskin around this, and you just put up one end at a time, and it's a real simple system as well. We'll talk about that real quick too. So this system real easy. It's got a clip on here. You just wrap it around the tree and clip it on the line, and it has a tensioning device on this end that you can take up a line. I'll show you that in just a minute. And then your snakeskin is here with a cinch. Once we've got that on, again, you've got these simple cinches right here that will let line out, and they're self-locking when you pull on line to get that tarp even over your hammock. Very, very simple system. So you're just pushing to release and pulling to tighten. Very, very simple. And once you've got your ridge line tightened up there, you're just going to loosen up one side of this, just like this. It's got a cinch buckle on it. I can get a hold of it here. Pull that all the way out, and then the snakeskin will shed down the tarp to the other end. And you just leave it on there and then unfurl the tarp. All these tarp corners have that exact same system. You just pull it down tight. Self-locking. Again, convenient, simple, and it works. This tarp's got flaps on it, like tent flaps. You can close it in colder weather. I usually just tie them off or wrap them right here so they don't come undone, and just leave them. So I get breeze in there in the summertime. If you got a big long piece of cordage, hank that dude up so you're not tripping over it in the middle of the night. Keep things neat. You're gonna have a little bit of tail on this right here. You could always double it up if you needed to, but it's not touching the ground or anywhere near it. So I'll use this with an extra carabiner in my pack to hang my lantern off of. Some water on the boil here. Get some dinner while the sun's going down. People kind of overcomplicate stuff every day on the internet with this kind of stuff, and there's no reason for it to be complicated at all. If you're just out having a good time and enjoy yourself, then don't make it hard. Make it easy. Well, that's really good. Okay. Just add water meals. Quick setup camps, quick down camps. That stuff's the way to go. Instant coffee. Life's hard enough. Don't make it harder. This is absolutely my favorite time of the morning. The birds start singing. The sun starts coming up. I'm waiting to hear a turkey hunter gobble on the roost this morning. I haven't heard it yet. I've been seeing a lot more turkey this year. I haven't hunted turkey this year, but I've seen quite a few of them. I'd heard the numbers were down a little bit this year in Ohio as far as the take. How many hunters you killed, but I've been seeing a lot of them out here.
Untitled Swagman Roll. That's definitely one of my favorite pieces of kit. I think it only got down to about 67 last night, so it was pretty warm as it goes. That's short sleeve weather, but when you're in a hammock, 67s can get a little chilly. Swagman Roll knocks that right off. And then in the morning when you're chilly from sleeping all night, these Swagman Rolls are the ticket for sure. Get up, throw this thing around you in camp until it warms up and you get warmed up, and you'd be thankful you had it, that's for sure. You know, if I had to choose one piece of kit, other than, you know, the obvious stuff, you know, my knife, my water bottle, things like that, this Swagman Roll would definitely be high on the list. It's a very, very versatile piece of gear. I mean, hammock underquilt if you need it, obviously outerwear underneath, something else if you need it for insulation, sleeping bag, blanket, camp blanket, pillow if it's stuffed into the stuffed sack. I mean, a lot of use for the Swagman Roll, and I just love the thing. I've been using these things for 3 or 4 years now, and I just love them. I don't go anywhere without one of these things in my bag most of the time. A little wet out here. Dew point problem there. High humidity this time of year for sure. Look, tick on my bag, get off there. Guys, I appreciate you joining me today for this video. Just going out and doing a little camping off the four-wheeler. I think that, you know, conveyance is underrated sometimes. You can definitely see a lot of ground fairly quickly and not wear yourself out, especially on a hot day. Collect resources along the way, get things done, camp comfortably at night, and head out in the morning. I appreciate your views. I appreciate your support. I thank you for everything you do for our school, for our family, and for our business. All of our sponsors, instructors, affiliates, and friends. I'll be back with another video as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.